When I went for my US visa interview, I always had this thought revolving in my head again and again and again. What does the person who's going to be interviewing me already know about my application? Well, in this video, I'm going to be telling you what kind of details visa officers already have access to and what kind of information they don't. This information comes directly from two visa officers that we've been in touch with, and I believe this will help you gain insight regarding your case. If you are a student, by the way, and you're wondering, does the visa officer know about my admits and rejects? The answer, by the way, is no. They do not know of them. So what do they know of? And what are the things that you should be taking care of? Well, I have 5 such pointers for you, but before I begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and follow us on Instagram for more such content just like this one. Alright guys, beginning with the video, the number 1 pointer is they know of everything you've mentioned on your DS-160. Remember, that's why you don't take a physical copy of it to give it to them. They already have access to this DS-160 information that you filled or previously filled multiple DS-160s also under your name. All the information is present in front of them. Hence, they already know answers to questions like the length of your stay, the visa type that you're going for, your visa denials, your job, your pay scale, and about your family, and if any of your family members are staying within the United States. All of that information that you filled in the DS-160 is already something that they are privy to. Well, that's quite a lot, right? But that doesn't end right there. Number 2. Very important factor that they have access to is criminal information about you from various databases that the US Embassy has networked with. So if there is such a case that is ongoing and you're being termed as a criminal in that case, they may already have access to that and they may actually bring that up during your interview. You may be given a chance to clarify your side of the dealing in that criminal case. Point number 3. As I briefly explained in point number 1 as well, they know about your previous visa refusals. Now, why is this important? They know not only about your refusals, they know the number of times you've been rejected. So that negative number, when they see it growing, they already know something's wrong over here and you are already prone to getting that rejection again and again and again, unless you can show a change in your circumstances. Even though they would have notes from the previous visa officer as to why exactly you were rejected, they will give you a chance to tell why you were rejected, and then based on your answer and the rejection reason that the previous visa officer gave or multiple previous officers gave, they will then concur on whether your visa should be approved or denied. But at the end of the day, your circumstances should have changed from the last visa interview. Point number 4. Very important, guys. No one talks about this, but they have access to your green card visa applications. So if someone from the US or someone in the US essentially who's a family member may have applied for you to come to the United States on a green card, that's something that they already will have access to, whether application was rejected, whether it's pending, whether it's just recently filed. All of those things are something that they will already be knowing about you. These are also called immigrant visa petitions, where you're basically ending up with a green card in your hands directly. And remember, guys, that these will dramatically lower your chances of getting the visa in the interview that you're going to be facing. So you have to be very, very clever about it. You have to be very good at explaining what's going on over there. It's not a guaranteed rejection, but it's a complicated case. That's all I can say over here. Point number 5. A lot of people have asked me this, but visa officers do have access to internet. They do have access to Google search. Let me give you a couple examples. They would be able to go on the internet, search for a name and find your social profiles, in case that's what you're wondering. They will be able to search about your school. If you're going to a university, they can ask you questions about the location of that school, and they would expect that you would know at least where your school is. Finally, many times I've seen that if you're going for a business conference on a B1 visa and they search for the business conference and it doesn't even show up on Google, or it's not really good enough to actually be on the topmost results, what they assume is that, well, that's not really going to be a life-changing event for you or a career-making event for you essentially. And hence, in a lot of cases, if the proceeding that you're going to, the conference that you're going to is not really that reputable, you can expect a rejection on the basis of that as well. Now guys, preparation is very important in such cases, and if you are not prepared, that can mean a straight rejection, of course. If you'd like to be prepared, By our team, we've handled more than 14,500 cases, and we can handle yours too. This number keeps on increasing every single year, and we'd be happy to have you on board as well. You can take a look at the US Visa mock interview service. For a lot of free resources, you can even sign up on YMGrad.com regarding your visa approval journey and regarding your education, life, and working overseas. There's a lot of minor little factors that go into it. And the visa officers that we've been in touch with, they have actually been involved in teaching many other new visa officials that come in on how to actually take these interviews. There's a lot more factors, a lot more depth, a lot of content around this that I want to share with you right over here. So if you're interested, make sure that you are connected to us on this channel on our Instagram. Make sure you subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. For now, goodbye and take care.